Okay, listen closely. What if I told you that the constant exhaustion you feel, that brain fog that clouds your best thoughts, that unshakable feeling that something deep inside you is just off, isn't just stress or aging or bad luck? What if it's something tangible, something you've been carrying literally inside your body unknowingly for years? I'm about to share something that comes from the ancient, almost forgotten wisdom of Shi Heng Yi, a 5-night journey, and you will see what comes out of you. I'm not exaggerating. You need to stay until the very end of this video, because the final insight, the one that ties it all together, is the most powerful piece of this, and it could fundamentally shift the way you experience your life. This isn't just another video. This could be the turning point you've been silently praying for. Unseen burden. We walk around in this modern world, so many of us feeling like we're dragging an invisible anchor. We tell ourselves it's normal. We say, "Oh, I'm just tired," or "I guess this is what getting older feels like," or "Everyone's stressed," right? But is it? Is it truly normal to feel disconnected from your own vitality, to feel like you're operating at 50%, 60% of your true capacity? Think about it. Really think. When was the last time you woke up feeling genuinely, vibrantly alive, clear-headed, light in your own skin, without that nagging undercurrent of something? That something, that unseen burden, it's not just in your mind. It's not just a mood. It's a physical reality for so many, a shadow that dims our light, slows our thoughts, and even poisons our relationships because we're too drained, too foggy, too irritable to truly connect. We try all the things, don't we? The diets, the supplements, the mindfulness apps, the positive affirmations, and sometimes they help a little for a while, but that deep core feeling of being weighed down, of not being truly clean from the inside out, it persists. It's like trying to paint a masterpiece on a dirty canvas. You can add all the beautiful colors you want, but the grime underneath will always dull the final picture. This burden, it affects our self-worth, making us question if we're capable, if we're deserving of joy and success. It seeps into our financial lives, because when you're not operating at your peak, how can you truly create and attract abundance? It even impacts our capacity for love, for true intimacy, because an unacknowledged internal toxicity can manifest as emotional unavailability or constant friction. We've been taught to look outside for solutions, always outside. But Shi Heng Yi taught that the greatest blockages, and therefore the most profound liberations, often lie within the very vessel we inhabit. Ancient whisper. Now, who was Shi Heng Yi? The name might not be one you'll find in mainstream history books or shouted from the rooftops of modern wellness gurus. This isn't about flashy branding or quick fixes. This is wisdom that was passed down, often in quiet circles, through generations that understood the profound, intricate connection between the body, the spirit, and the very earth we walk on. Think of a lineage of healers, of wise elders who observed the natural world, who understood the rhythms of life and the subtle energies that govern our well-being, long before we had laboratories and microscopes. Shi Heng Yi's teachings weren't about complicated formulas or expensive interventions. They were about returning to a fundamental understanding that the body has an innate intelligence, an incredible capacity to heal and purify itself, if only we give it the right conditions and remove the obstacles. This particular piece of wisdom, the one I'm sharing with you, it's almost startling in its simplicity, yet terrifyingly profound in its implications. It's a whisper from the past, an echo of a time when people were more attuned to the signals of their own bodies, less distracted by the noise of the external world. It's a truth that has been buried, perhaps intentionally, perhaps simply forgotten in our relentless pursuit of progress and convenience. But this whisper, it speaks of a way to physically, tangibly remove what has been holding you back, what has been dimming your light, what has been silently sabotaging your health and your happiness from the inside. It's about peeling back the layers, not just emotionally or mentally, but physically, to reveal the radiant, energetic being you were always meant to be. This isn't about a fad, it's about an ancient key, a forgotten doorway to a level of clarity and vitality that most people today can barely even imagine. And the most confronting part? The proof isn't in a scientific paper. It's in what you will witness with your own eyes. The protocol. So, what is this? What is this 5-night journey that Shi Heng Yi spoke of? It's not a pill you buy, not a complicated machine, not some exotic, unattainable substance. The specifics, the exact ingredients of the simple, natural concoction Shi Heng Yi suggested, they are less important than the process and the intention. Think of it as a sacred contract you make with your body for 5 nights. It involves consuming a specific, very pure, very natural combination of elements, things that gently, powerfully encourage your body's deepest cleansing mechanisms to awaken. Imagine things drawn from the earth, perhaps specific fibers, certain cleansing herbs, and an abundance of the purest water, all taken in a particular way at particular times, with a focused mind. It's about creating an internal environment where your body can finally do what it's designed to do. To let go of accumulated waste, not just the everyday waste, but the deep, stubborn, often horrifying stuff that has become impacted, lodged, and forgotten within the intricate pathways of your digestive system. This isn't a harsh purge, not a violent flush. It's a supported release. For 5 nights, you commit, you create space, you treat your body like a temple, which it is. You become an observer, a witness to your own inner workings. You might need to simplify your diet around it to ensure you're not adding more burden while you're trying to release the old. The key here is the commitment, the reverence for the process, and the courage to face what your body has been holding on to. It's a conscious act of saying, I am ready to let go, I am ready to be clean, I am ready to see the truth of what I've been carrying. This isn't just about physical detoxification, it's an act of profound self-love, an acknowledgement that you deserve to feel light, clear, and vibrant. And it begins with these 5 nights, this simple ancient instruction: prepare, commit, and observe. Because what your body is about to show you will speak louder than any words I could ever say. Night 1. The first night, you might feel a mix of apprehension and anticipation. You follow the guidance, you take this as instructed, and then you wait. Maybe you feel nothing much at first. A little gurgle in your stomach perhaps. A subtle shift in your awareness. You might go to bed wondering if anything is happening at all. This is normal. The body is an intelligent system. It doesn't always react with immediate drama. It's assessing, it's preparing. But even on that first night, something deeper is stirring. You might find your sleep is a little different, perhaps deeper, perhaps more restless as your system begins its work. You might wake up feeling a little lighter, or perhaps even a little more tired, as your body diverts energy to this internal cleansing. The key is to stay with it, to trust the process that has been trusted for generations. Don't look for fireworks immediately. This isn't a magic trick, it's a natural unfolding, but pay attention to the subtle cues, a change in your cravings, a slight shift in your mood, a new sensation in your gut. These are the early whispers, the first signs that the ancient wisdom is at work, gently nudging your body to begin the process of release. For some, even on day 1, there might be a noticeable change in their bowel movements, perhaps more frequent, or a different consistency. For others, it's a slower build. The journey is unique to each individual, because the burden each of us carries is unique. But the commitment made on that first night, the act of faith in your body's ability to heal, sets a powerful energetic shift in motion. You've taken the first step into the unknown, into the possibility of a profound inner clearing, and your body, in its infinite wisdom, has heard your call. It's beginning to awaken those dormant pathways of release, preparing for what's to come. Dark mirror. And then it begins. Maybe it's the morning of the second day, or the third, or even the fourth. It varies for everyone, depending on what you're holding. But there will come a moment when you go to the bathroom, and what you see in that toilet bowl, it will stop you in your tracks. This is the part no one likes to talk about, the part that modern society has sanitized and hidden away, but Shi Heng Yi's wisdom confronts it directly. Because what comes out, my friends, is not just ordinary waste. You might see things you can't explain. mucus, stringy and thick, sometimes in alarming colors. You might see things that look unsettlingly like parasites. And yes, let's be brutally honest, many of us are carrying these unwelcome guests without even knowing. Guests that steal our nutrients and flood our systems with their toxic byproducts. You might see dark, almost black, putrid-smelling material that has clearly been lodged in your colon for who knows how long, fermenting, poisoning you from within. This is the mucoid plaque that some alternative practitioners talk about, a controversial topic, I know. But when you see something that looks like the very lining of your intestines, hardened and foul, coming out of you, the controversy feels very, very real. There can be a moment of shock, even disgust. It's a confrontation with a hidden, ugly truth. This has been inside you. This has been part of you, influencing your health, your mood, your energy, your very thoughts. It's a dark mirror reflecting the internal state you were completely unaware of. And it's in this moment of confronting the physical reality of your internal burden that the first wave of liberation often hits. Yes, it might be unsettling to look at, but the feeling of it being out is indescribable. You're not just intellectually understanding that you were blocked, you are seeing the blockage leave your body. This is the visceral proof. This is the undeniable evidence. And as these deeply embedded toxins and unwelcome inhabitants are expelled, something shifts, not just physically, but energetically. It's like a dam has broken, and the stagnant, murky water is finally, forcefully being flushed away, making space for clean, clear, flowing energy. This is the turning point. This is where the real healing begins, because you've faced the darkness within and you've watched it leave. Sudden clarity. After the initial shock of what your body releases, after those few days of intense purging, something truly remarkable begins to happen. It's as if a heavy, dark veil has been lifted, not just from your body, but from your mind, from your very perception of reality. The brain fog that you accepted as normal, it starts to dissipate, replaced by a sharpness, a mental clarity that might feel exhilarating, almost startling. Thoughts become clearer, quicker. Decision-making becomes easier. That constant low-grade fatigue that plagued your days, it begins to recede. And in its place, a new, clean, vibrant energy starts to hum within you. You wake up feeling lighter, not just physically lighter from expelling all that waste, but emotionally and energetically lighter too. Colors might seem brighter. Your senses might feel more acute. Food might even taste better, as your body is no longer struggling under such a heavy toxic load. People who have gone through this kind of deep cleanse often report a profound shift in their mood. That underlying irritability, the anxiety, the unexplained sadness, so much of it can be linked to an imbalanced gut and a toxic internal environment. When that environment is cleared, it's like the static on a radio has been removed, and you can finally hear the clear music of your own being. Your skin might improve, your eyes might become brighter. Aches and pains you've had for years might inexplicably lessen or even vanish. This isn't magic, it's the body's incredible intelligence at work, responding to the removal of long-standing interference. It's a return to your natural state, a state of balance and vitality that you may have forgotten was even possible. This sudden clarity, this surge of well-being, it's the direct result of unburdening yourself from the inside out. It's the feeling of your own life force, no longer suppressed, finally able to flow freely. And this is just the beginning. The physical release paves the way for deeper emotional and spiritual awakenings, because when the vessel is clear, the spirit can shine. Life reclaimed. This isn't just about feeling physically better for a few weeks. The ripples of this kind of profound internal cleansing, this wisdom from Shi Heng Yi, extend into every single area of your life. When you have more energy, more clarity, when you're no longer weighed down by that invisible burden, how does that change how you show up in the world? Think about your relationships. When you're not operating from a place of depletion and irritability, you have more patience, more compassion, more capacity for genuine connection. The fog lifts not just from your mind, but from your heart. You become more present, more available to the people you love. And what about your work, your purpose? With renewed vitality and mental acuity, you can pursue your goals with a new level of focus and creativity. Obstacles that seemed insurmountable might now feel like exciting challenges. Opportunities you didn't even see before might suddenly become visible. That feeling of being stuck, of not living up to your potential, begins to dissolve because you fundamentally changed your energetic frequency by clearing out the old stagnant density. Your self-worth gets a powerful boost, not from external validation, but from a deep inner knowing that you've taken radical responsibility for your own well-being. You faced the darkness within and emerged lighter, stronger. This reclaimed vitality naturally impacts your abundance too. When you're radiating health and clarity, you attract different experiences, different people, different opportunities. It's the law of resonance. You've literally raised your vibration. This isn't just about cleaning out your colon. It's about reclaiming your life force, your sovereign power. It's about remembering who you are beneath all the layers of accumulated physical and energetic debris. It's a rebirth, a chance to step back into the driver's seat of your own existence with a newfound sense of freedom and possibility. The ancient ones knew, cleanse the body and you cleanse the path for the soul. You're not just healthier, you are more you. And that, my friends, is a life reclaimed from the shadows. Final warning. So here we are. You've heard about the unseen burden, the ancient whisper of Shi Heng Yi, the protocol, the dark mirror, the sudden clarity, and the life reclaimed. And perhaps a part of you is skeptical. Perhaps another part is deeply intrigued, resonating with a truth it has long sensed. The final insight, the one I promised would be the most powerful, is this. Your body is constantly speaking to you. That fatigue, that brain fog, that unease, those are not random malfunctions. They are messages. They are pleas from your deepest self, from your very cells, asking for attention, for relief, for a return to balance. The wisdom of Shi Heng Yi, this 5-night journey, is just one path, one powerful tool to answer that call. But the ultimate message isn't about this specific protocol. It's about listening. It's about understanding that what manifests physically is often a reflection of deeper imbalances, deeper blockages that extend into the energetic, emotional, and even spiritual realms. To ignore these signals, to numb them, to normalize them, is to slowly disconnect from your own life force, to allow that unseen burden to accumulate until it dictates the quality of your entire existence. What you saw in that dark mirror, or what you would see if you undertook such a cleanse, is a physical manifestation of what you've been holding onto. Not just bad food choices, but perhaps years of stress, unprocessed emotions, limiting beliefs, all of which have an energetic and then a physical residue. The urgency I feel, the reason I'm sharing this so rawly, is because we are living in a time where so many are suffering needlessly, disconnected from their own innate power to heal and thrive. The choice, as always, is yours. You can click away from this video, go back to your routine, and let these words fade. Or you can take this as a sign, a profound invitation to look within, to truly consider what you might be carrying, and to find the courage to finally truly let it go. Don't wait for a crisis. Don't wait until your body is screaming so loudly you can no longer ignore it. The quiet whispers are there now. Listen to them. That final insight isn't just information, it's an activation. The power to change, to heal, to reclaim your life is already within you, waiting to be acknowledged, waiting to be unleashed. What will you do with it?